The new Modus Super Series champion. Yes!
What a finish!
The silencer, Jeff Smith! And it is that shot wins week 6.
Maximum checkout.
He's done it.
The Super Series. Owens. Oh, this would be special. Jamie Owens take a bow. Just brings Jason Heahan back into contention. But will he get a shot? Conor Heahan. What a way to win the match.
Oh, it does go. That is absolutely stunning.
What a finish that is from Kevin Painter.
Samuel Spivey. Oh, he gets it. That's incredible.
Well, the music certainly matches the tempo for the night ahead of us here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. We've got some real passionate players on show this evening. We've got some legends of the sport on show as well. Welcome along to Portsmouth for the first night of week 7 here in Series 12. Hello, good evening. This could really be a fiery night here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. You've got Conor Heahan, Jamie Owens, John Henderson, Kevin Painter and Sam Spivey. And actually, they've all done great things here in the past. And it's always great to be in the company of greatness. However, the best we've got tonight is the asset, Paul Nicholson. Nico, great to see you once again. And you look at the way this group is set up and you look at the dynamic of the group and particularly the players that are in play this evening. We can have a bit of fun out there tonight.
Yeah, I think when you've got the likes of Heahan and Owens and you throw in a little bit of Kevin Painter, you're talking about firecracker-style dart players, and that could really give us a great deal of entertainment over the next couple of nights. I am fascinated to see what kind of stuff we get from John, because he hasn't played a lot of competitive stuff lately. But Spivey, he's just going to sit in the background and do his thing. I think he is the exact opposite to the firecrackers from the other side of what we said.
Well, this afternoon, Group C got underway, and it was Martin Thomas who picked up maximum points, 5 wins out of 5. Look, we know how classy a player Martin is, and he absolutely showed that in spades, didn't he?
He was tremendous this afternoon, and it's easy to say that when someone wins 5 from 5. But his temperament today, his ability to just be better than the player he was playing at the time, it was excellent. His double top shooting was excellent as well. He's got a 4-point cushion, as you can see, going into day 2, and he's feeling very comfortable.
Elsewhere, excellent debut day for Joshua Burksfield. He won 3 out of 5. Jess Smith, the defending champion, work to do. Both of them on 6 points. The action resumes tomorrow afternoon from 1 o'clock here on Pluto TV. This is how the tournament bracket looks as we head into the second half of the week. Joe Croft won Group A in dramatic style on Wednesday afternoon. And tonight, that is the Group B that we're going to be watching. And we mentioned, and you kind of mentioned it there, you've got 4 players that aren't afraid to have a little bit of fun on the hockey and not afraid to get stuck in, where Sam Spivey is probably one of the coolest, calmest, collected players that we have in this building, and probably in terms of recent form as well. It is probably the most informed player, probably the best player in this group at this present moment in time.
If you take 2025 as a whole, you'd have to say yes. He's the kind of player that if 4 comets were coming towards Earth and he still had to play darts, he would play the way he does now. He's unflappable in the best possible way. And he will be tested tonight because people will want to take him out. He's a finalist from a previous series, so he does have a target on his back.
In terms of John Henderson, always great to see Hendo here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth. A 2-time weekly winner, but it's a year since his last.
It's remarkable to say that, isn't it? But time flies when you're having fun, and John's had a lot of fun here, and we enjoy watching him. But it is a long time since he's had success, but it's not the first time we've said that, because the first time he had success, he went through that crazy couple of weeks where he was playing on the tour, and it was a challenge tour, and then it was back-to-back weeks here. That was a long time ago. And yes, he has had success here since, but a lot's been going on in this sport. People have been winning titles out of nowhere, and John's had other stuff to do.
He's top of the betting tonight in terms of winning the group, but we both think Sam Spivey at 13-5 of the 5 players is probably the value play, isn't he, at those odds?
Yeah, I would say so. Jamie Owens is a dangerous player, and at 4-1, that grabs my attention. I mean, Heahan, who is the pairs champion right now at 9-2, Painter's almost forgotten with 14-1, but Spivey is the value.
18 plus, gambleaware.org if you're going to have a flutter on the Super Series. Sam Spivey's going to get the action underway, taking on Conor Heahan. The last time he was here, he picked up the International Pairs title alongside John O'Shea for the Republic of Ireland. Since then, he's beaten John O'Shea to qualify for the Global Championship here in December, a tournament you can watch live on Pluto TV. So Heahan, after maybe a rough 12 months or so, is really beginning to rediscover his best. And I caught up with him earlier on this evening. Conor, into Group B after Group A campaign, what would be your overall assessment of how the first 3 days of the week went?
A small bit up and down. I thought my performances were not too bad. Give maybe 1 or 2 games away that I felt I should have been winning, or I was close enough to. But yeah, look, the last 2 days I won 4 out of 5, so that's not too bad. You know, the first day kind of let me down for winning Group A, but look, Joe deserved it. He was very good the 3 days in a row, so fair play to him.
In terms of your game, the last 6 months or so, it's felt like it's getting back in the right direction again.
Yeah, look, it's coming along nicely, I think. We'll see how it goes again tonight. It's another tough group. You know, you come here now, there's nothing easy, so look, I'm looking forward to it. But
for yourself, you've got something that, yes, there's a lot of high-profile players that play here, but maybe you've got something that they haven't got in terms of the experience in this business. There's not many more experienced than you here.
Yeah, look, I like coming here. It's nearly my second home at this stage, so yeah, I might have a bit of experience, but these lads can play darts, so I have to be on my top game to kind of get over them, so we'll see what happens. It's
been a profitable few weeks. Obviously, we saw you win the pairs with John O'Shea for the Republic of Ireland. We then saw you qualify for the Global Championship in December at the weekend. First of all, many congratulations on that. This could be an exciting end to 2025 for you. It could be very profitable.
Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the Globals. I had to win against John there the last day to kind of get through. He was already through, so I might have just had that kind of bit more buzz about the game, you know, trying to win. But yeah, looking forward to the week and, you know, Global Championships.
Right, wish you all the best in your endeavours. Conor, good luck.
Thank you.
And Conor Heahan gets his Group B campaign underway with a meeting against Sam Spivey, a player who so far in 2025 has picked up a weekly title. He's made it through to a Champions Week final. It's fair to say, when we look at the most improved players over the course of this season in this building, he's very much at the top of the list. As for Conor Heahan, well, he's established himself as a Super Series superstar. 3-9 darters over the course of his career, a couple of weekly titles as well. But this 29-year-old from Scaife is an ever-improving talent. As you can see, runner-up in Series 10. And he's the type of player you say has got scope for more. It's amazing to think now Conor Heahan is at the age of 27. He came here for the first time in the previous year in Southampton as one of the top young talents. Now towards that stage of his career where he's kind of establishing whereabouts on the road he is. After a lean 12 months or so, it looks like he is beginning to build back into the right direction. It's game 1 of 10 that we're going to be watching this evening. Every single one of them is going to be officiated by George Baker. We're live on Pluto TV in the United Kingdom and across associated territories. On the Pluto TV app or on your smart TV and device is Sam Spivey to get us underway. And Paul Nicholson, alongside myself here in the commentary box, we both rate this guy very highly. And that might be part of the reason as to why.
Might as well start as he means to go on.
100.
We stuck our neck out, and we believe that he's the favourite for the group. Look how unflappable he is. He has a dart on the floor,
17.
doesn't even flinch, and the darts that have landed, he still hasn't missed one.
Do you remember the Michael Smith Phantom 9 at the World Championship around about a decade ago?
Do
125.
you remember the Martin Lukman one from the Grand Slam last year?
It's still on. Oh my goodness, that's the second one on the leg. However, what I will say as a caveat is this. You look at the way his darts go into the board, they go in
40.
very loose. So if it hits a wire anywhere, it's going to bounce out. But despite the fact he's had 120 points on the floor, he's still way in charge of this leg, unless Hino could power in a max of his own to leave himself on a 2-darter after 9.
This is to end the weirdest leg of the week. A seriously impressive start.
92.
And
Connor,
Hino
you require 96.
might take it in 11 or 12. Could still. And might. Double 19.
Game shot in the first leg. Connor Heahan.
There are legs that happen that you just won't forget. And that's the first leg of the evening session of the week.
Second leg is Connor.
And
to throw
Spivey.
first. Game on.
How he's lost that leg, he will not understand it. Didn't even get a dart at a double.
Well, Sam Spivey had thrown only 10 darts effectively in that leg
50.
because of a couple of bounce outs. And then Connor Heahan pinches his pocket. That 180 really changing the complexion of the leg. But as you say, if there's one player that ain't going to be deterred by that, it's going to be him. Now, of the darts that have actually landed in the board, of which now 3 of them have
120.
bounced out, and now this is a huge concern, only 2 of them have not registered a power treble as of yet.
Right, let's get down to it. Now, it's happened to Heahan as well. They both have a very similar angle of entry.
40.
Very vertical. And have you noticed that that only happens to people who have that angle of entry? Even that one flops downwards. This is the reason
136.
why some people who have this angle of entry decide to have these silly, aggressive points.
60.
Because they want their points to grab the sisal and almost hold on for dear life.
Well, Sam Spivey's averaging 114. I know it's only a couple of legs in, despite the fact that half the darts haven't stayed in the
60.
board as of yet. And Connor Heahan, if the bounce outs weren't much of a put off for him, a fly in the background certainly was.
Yeah, that fly was here this afternoon.
131.
Pesky little thing, not paying an entry fee. Are you a fan of the shirt then? What do you think of it?
I think he's put to bed some rumours, hasn't he?
Yeah, there's nothing quite
65.
like a Super Series holiday.
There's nothing like a... I think I was there yesterday on that beach.
100.
What were the
Sam, you
dogs'
require
names?
120.
There's dogs on the front.
There definitely wasn't a Yorkshire flag. Anyway, 120 for Spivey to level this game up at 1 apiece. Not to be this time, and so Heahan will come back for exactly the same
60.
finish to
Connor, you
double his
require
advantage.
120.
That's a really good single. But that's a poor dart because he lost the line.
85. Sam, you require 60.
So Spivey looking at 60 to level up at 1 apiece. 2 darts at tops, but as you can see, that flight is in the way. Open target,
50.
not found, and so
Connor,
Heahan
you require
back for a
35.
2-0 lead. Should get 2 in hand, a double 16.
That's what he gets.
Game shot in the second leg.
And there's
Connor
nothing wrong with his
Heahan.
doubling, that's for sure. 2 out of 2. 32 darts
Third leg,
thrown.
it's Sam to throw first. Game on.
Not all of them have stayed in the board, but he does have a 2-0 lead.
$41.
Heahan for the week, averaging 84.22.
125.
I think that's a little bit low for what you'd expect of someone of his talent. His best average of the week, 92. He can definitely go higher than that. His personal best here is
57.
nearly 116. But one thing that really was good in Group A, it was his maximum hitting. 22
96.
from 15 games. That is a really good ratio.
There is a meeting between the pair this year on the PDC Challenge Tour. That coming back in May at PDC Challenge Tour 11. It'd be a
59.
game that Sam Spivey would go on to prevail in. Winning that match. Well, actually, Conor Heahan
85.
was 4-0 up in that game before Spivey would run off 5 on the spin, and he may well need a similar escapology act here. Because Heahan's on the cusp of a double break and a 3-0 lead in this
60.
contest.
I don't think we need to mention that game to Connor. He will remember it.
97.
Games like that, they live rent-free in your brain. You don't often go 4-0 up and lose 5-4.
100. Connor, you require
That
98.
was a similar finish to this, which got Hino the first break. And it was double 19, the double that accrued it. And decides to split
66.
because Spivey's all the way back at 184.
I'm impressed with that.
$136.
And now he's
Connor,
got
you
a double of
require
choice.
32.
As opposed to a double that is most likely left. Double 8 is awkward.
16.
As soon as
Sam,
those
you
tall
require
darts are
48.
obscuring that double 8, it makes that target very hard to find.
Well, that's a perfect guy for the double 16. Now that becomes awkward.
16.
And he's unable to find a way through the
Connor,
middle.
you
So
require
Hino, who
16.
hit this double 8 to win his International Pairs 2 title for the Republic of Ireland,
Game
finds
shot
double 8 in
third
pretty
leg.
much the
Connor
same hole
Heahan.
to get the double break and open up a 3-0 lead. How we've got to this scoreline, I don't know.
Fourth leg is Connor to throw first. Game on.
Still doesn't like having his own dart shirt in singles, does he? He had his Ireland shirt on winning the pairs with John O'Shea. But now he's back to wearing these
140.
regulation polo shirts. He's just not a dart shirt kind of guy.
Well, some would say you wouldn't expect that from Sam Spivey, but look at the garment he's turned up in.
60.
I know someone who was really going to like that. Someone called Hawaii 501.
180.
Well, as Hino pars in his second max of the game, he's somebody that when you get to know Connie, he's a very understated guy, very humble about the things that he's done, the things he's
22.
achieved. And darts isn't the only sport where he's had success in the past. He's played Gaelic sports and has been a successful soccer player, as they call it out in Ireland,
56.
in his younger days. Very much a sporty kind of individual.
Is he decent with a hurl?
I believe so. Sam Spivey, actually, once upon a time, was a decent
96.
cricketer.
Connor, you require
So they've got a lot to exchange in
125.
terms of sporting abilities.
He's from Yorkshire. It makes perfect sense. This makes sense as well. Oh, now wants to finish with a flourish.
Oh,
Game
what a
shot,
dart that
and
is!
that's Connor Heahan.
Because he would have had little to no sight of that bullseye. But that a little bit of brilliance for Conor Heahan in a game which, for the most part, was rather bamboozling and confusing. Sam Spivey had bounced out galore in the first couple of legs. Everything he hit was perfect, but half of it didn't even enter the board. Conor Heahan, well, as soon as he went a couple of legs up, kind of took control of the contest. Really good opening display, average of 95.5, 4 from 8 on his doubles, and wrapped up with that 1-2-5 finish. Next up, Kevin Painter takes on Jamie Owens. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius?
Yes.
Let's do it then.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series. Before the break, we saw Conor Heahan get the better of Sam Spivey by 4 legs to 0. Our second match, a meeting between Kevin Painter and Jamie Owens. Jamie narrowly missing out on winning Group A via legs difference yesterday. A couple of legs going against him, denying him from Group A glory. It would be Joe Croft that would book the first passage through to Saturday night. Up against Kevin Painter, a twice weekly runner-up in the past. His last one, though, wasn't for a couple of years. He lost to Andreas Harrison in the final of Series 5, Week 7. Jamie Owens has made a semi-final. That was in Series 9, Week 6, around about this time last year. He's looking to move a couple of steps further. He's already guaranteed of another visit to Portsmouth before the end of 2025. He picked up the Northeast belt in the ADC to book his passage through to the ADC Global Championship for the first time in his career. So plenty for him to work towards between now and the end of the season. As for Kevin Painter, always great to see the former world finalist, the former players champion here. And the last time we did see him here, it was really good to see him play with a lot more fluency, with a lot more flow.
100%. We do want these players to succeed, but we also want them to enjoy their darts.
43.
We don't want them to be going through physical and mental turmoil.
140.
I want that Painter action just like that. Repetitive, aggressive. And if he's playing like that, he'll be enjoying it. Of that, there's no question.
58.
Here's a question for you. The ADC Global Championship is coming to town next month. Can't believe we're saying that. How time flies.
40.
Considering how many belt holders are going to be here, are they all bringing their belts with them?
Be like a Royal Rumble.
It's going to be worse than that. It's going to be like Night of Champions.
47.
Bit like in boxing when all the marbles are on the line. But going back to Kevin Painter, I think one thing we have to do is absolutely respect what he's done over the last 12 months or so. I know things haven't been easy for him. And he could have so easily said, do you know what? I've had a fantastic career in this sport. And maybe now is the time to say, do you know what? I'm going to take a bit of a step back. But Kevin's one of them people. He always puts his front foot forward. And I think that's possibly his best attribute as a player. And what a start this could be. But he's missed the big number for 101 check. He's got plenty of time on his side.
I tell you what, he's really, really close to busting that there. That treble 11 was not far from that third dart. Oh, hello. I don't think that's in.
120. Kevin, you require 16.
Well, maybe Jamie didn't agree.
Game shot in the first
Look at the
leg,
bright
Kevin
side, Jamie.
Painter.
It didn't make any difference.
Matador Jot as Painter pins the double 8 to go.
Second leg, it's Jamie
to the good.
Game on.
Well, judging by the shaking of the head from Jamie, I think he's gone full Bruno Fernandes here. He doesn't agree with the referee.
Gosh, Jamie, once upon a time, a part-time football player, but says now that darts is very much the full focus of his sporting attention these days. Famously played in the FA Vars final for Stockton Town back in 2018. He's played at Wembley Stadium. I'd imagine the best you've got close to that is Wembley Arms Club and Pub for an exhibition.
I've been to Wembley a couple of times.
55.
Seen NFL games there. Saw the Community Shield there once when it was a Manchester derby. That was a good day out.
I've had some amazing days at Wembley.
131.
Football-wise, concert-wise.
I'll say one thing about Kevin. After everything he's done in his career, and we're talking about
Jamie, you require 156.
more than 30 years. Doesn't he look good for 58? He's 58 years of age. I think he looks spectacular. I want to know his skin regime.
Involves a lot of time in Tenerife.
That it does. It worked for Dennis Priestley.
59. Jamie, you require 16.
Well, Jamie Owens, following the disappointment of the previous leg, has put his front foot forward, pinned the double 8, 13 darter, back on level terms at 1 apiece. And this was exactly what you were saying earlier on this evening. We know that Jamie Owens has got those spells in the locker, but if he's to get through this group, he's going to have to harbour something on a little bit more of a consistent basis. And in fairness, speaking to him earlier on this evening, he was the first to admit that if he's going to get out of this group, he's just going to have to find maybe another little level here and there.
43.
And look at the experience he's up against. Maybe we can take Spivey out of that. He's still a bit of a greenhorn, even though he's made a series
97.
final. But Kevin has played in more majors than Jamie's had hot dinners. And so has Hendo. So even when they don't play their best, because of their experience, they can try and figure out a way to win. And as far as Heahan's concerned, he's had more return flights to Portsmouth than Harry Redknapp.
Well, Conor Heahan potentially could be the very interesting quantity in this group.
100.
Because he was the player we weren't really talking about at the beginning of the night. The most experienced player of the 5 on this particular stage. And if the opening performance of his evening is anything to go by, well, that will give him every single sense of encouragement for the matches to come. And I may be more than pleased about the fact that he's managed to get rid of Spivey in the opening game as well. He'll feel like there's an opening here to potentially go and complete the card. Who knows?
44.
I don't think we should underestimate just how good that performance was from Hino. That was the best he's played all week. And he knows all about the secondary groups and peaking at the right time to make Saturday.
60.
That was a statement performance from Conor.
And you can look at the numbers, and yes, the numbers make for good reading, but you watch the game with your eyes, and you saw the opening leg where Sam had his struggles.
99.
Connor was actually nowhere to be seen in the leg. He had a 180 and then got the job done. And then with the double break, Spivey was just creeping up on him but managed to hold it all together. Looks like
80. Kevin, you require
Painter's
80.
the player best able to hold it together on throw in this third leg. Or is he? Because that slip into the single one means he's going to have to find a trouble with dart 2, of which he finds, and it means double 11.
Game shot
Well,
in
that's a
third
great
leg,
recovery
Kevin Painter.
following a slack first dart. Painter goes 2-1 to the good, every leg so far on throw.
Fourth leg, it's James.
Do you know what,
to throw
Henry? I
first.
think
Game on.
if he took out 2 single 20s and tops, we'd say that's a good checkout. But it feels better when you take out single 1, treble 19, double 11, because it's harder that way.
60.
I was referencing that same type of thing this afternoon alongside Sam Mulliner. That if you have little slices of adversity and you can still bounce back from them. James Hubbard
60.
was 3-0 up, on the cusp of winning 4-0. He didn't get over the line and lost the fourth leg. And I said he'd feel better if he wins 4-1 because he's had something to test him.
140.
He was able to do that. And that's exactly what Kevin did in a shorter sample size there in leg 3.
Well,
100.
the first game was one-sided. This is a little bit more like the types of contests that we were expecting to see this evening. Nothing to separate the pair in terms of the averages. Neither player
45.
missed a double yet. And it really does feel like there is nothing to separate this pair at this present moment in time.
140.
Interesting. He went for the 180 to leave double 15, which is fast becoming the baggy jeans of the darts world because double 15 is very
43.
fashionable right now.
Jamie, you require 70.
All thanks to a certain world number 2 and new Grand Prix champion. Jamie's going for tops for 2-2.
Game shot in the
And
fourth
there's
leg.
nothing wrong
Jamie
with that.
Owens.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the doubling altogether. 4 darts that are doubled, treat the pair in this game.
Fifth
All
leg
4
is
have been
Kevin
hit.
to throw first. Game on.
I don't understand some of the body language of Owens.
60.
He's just hit a really nice 70 checkout, and his first gesticulation is one of displeasure. I'm confused.
92.
I could possibly give an explanation.
I'm all ears.
Because Jamie's not the only player that does it. Now, if you look at players who've had other sport backgrounds, particularly team sports like football and rugby, we saw it from Going Price, didn't we?
85.
When he was beginning to burst onto the scene. He'd hit a 13 dart leg, but he'd be unhappy he didn't win it in 12 because the mentality of team sports is everything has to be spot on and perfect, and everything
60.
is analysed to the inch, to the core. And so you will see players like Jamie Owens that will step back and they will look back at everything so microscopically, which is maybe sometimes why you may see him get at himself a little bit. But also at the same time, he's the type of player that if he played flat and played without that kind of emotion, he's not the same beast. He's not the same animal.
29.
So what you're saying is he's always wanting more, which in a sense is not a bad thing. But a winning result is all you want, and that's what he got in leg 4.
100.
I mean, a 13 darter, which he's had in this game, not exactly bad, is it?
55.
You get the feeling that Kevin is just losing a little bit of touch here. Most games you have a little lull. Kevin seems to be coming
140.
at a pretty bad moment here. It's on his throat when Jamie's having a pretty decent leg. However,
180.
recovery skills again.
Jamie, you require 109.
But it is dependent on Owens not taking at 109.
Well, part 1 ticks off for
57.
Kevin Painter. His opponent doesn't
Kevin,
take
you
out the
require
finish, but what can he
92.
make of this 92 to lead 3-2? And if he doesn't get it, then Jamie Owens is in situ to break and then have the darts in the next to get the job done.
Seven scored. Leaves 85. He can't recover this time.
26.
And we haven't seen a double missed in this game.
52.
So you fancy Owens is about to go 3-2 up with a break.
Game shot in the fifth
Well, that
leg.
first dart
Jamie
just above the
Owens.
top side was perfect for him to use as a guy with dart 2. Utilises it perfectly, gets the break, leads 3-2, and now has the darts in
Sixth
his
leg,
hand
it's
to
Jamie to
get
throw
over the line.
first.
Now,
Game on.
Matthew Edgar always talks about visit functionality because sometimes the doubling stats you see may not paint a true picture as to how well a player is doubling.
95.
And for Jamie Owens, every single time he's gone to the board needing a double, he has come out the other side with that said double hit.
100.
You genuinely could have a percentage of 33%. But be visit perfect.
96.
Based on what you were saying in a previous leg, Henry, if Jamie Owens was visit perfect, he wouldn't be happy. Because he'd want 100% all the time.
100.
I tell you who would refute that. James Wade. He wouldn't care as long as he gets the win.
97.
Well, that's a big last dart because if he went troublous there, an opening really would have presented itself to Kev to take us all the way to the last leg decider. But as we have it, Jamie Owens 6 darts on 2-13 to wrap this match up 4-2.
$59.
It's only October the 16th, Henry. Don't start talking about things being wrapped up yet.
You ready to step in, Nico?
Don't even think about it.
45. Jamie, you require 154.
Owens might be stepping in. He's got 6 darts from 154. To add another world-class player from the last generation to his hit list.
96.
His visit perfect in terms of getting over the line in legs. And we know exactly what Kev's going to be thinking about now.
123.
I think he was caught in two minds there.
Jamie, you require 58.
Well, this for the match. He's been ruthlessly effective on the doubles, something that he said in his own words let him down in Group A. Visit perfect in terms of finishing legs off.
And the match.
And he
Jamie
is so
Owens.
there. And he gets the better of Kevin Painter by 4 legs to 2 to get his campaign for Group B up and running. He beats the former World Championship finalists. And it really was his finishing that was his key attribute in that game. Average in the end of 87.26, 4 from 6 on the double. And that was what got him over the line in that contest. We're going to see Sam Spivey again when he takes on John Henderson.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
He's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage, approaching the jockey with a chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone. I think he's gone to bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
Charlie
Threw the entire body into that one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy. Couldn't get the job done.
And the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Welcome back. We're at the live lounge. We're in Portsmouth and we are watching Modus Super Series action across the Pluto TV network of channels. And before the break, we saw Jamie Owens get the better of Kevin Painter by 4-2 to get his campaign off to a winning start. Sam Spivey looking for his first win as he takes on John Henderson in game 3 of the evening. And it was a disastrous start for Seaside Sam, who was probably left more seasick than anything else. He lost 4-0 against Conor Heahan, and well, the darts he thrown at times were a little bit lackluster towards the end, and the problem at the beginning of the match, he was hitting everything, was none of them were staying in the board. As for John Henderson, a twice-weekly winner here, he'd love to complete the hat-trick come the end of play Saturday. This man, well, he's played in the biggest match that we could play here, a series final, the former runner-up. He lost to Jensen Walker in that final, and of course, he's going to be back at Champions Week come the end of November to recapture the title that he lost out on a few months ago. As for John Henderson, well, we've seen him win a couple of weeks, but Champions Week hasn't quite been a happy hunting ground for him. And in terms of the betting, it's actually the two favourites to win this group that go head-to-head here in Game 3. John Henderson went off the 11-8 favourite with the bookies. Sam Spivey 13-5. And what do you expect to see from this one, Nico?
100.
First things first, it's just great to have John back. He is a giant injection of serotonin for the soul, is John.
140.
I think everybody seems to love life a bit more when he's around. He's just one of those people.
140.
I'd be interested to see what kind of sharpness he can bring over the next couple of days. I'm not expecting much from John. He hasn't been playing a great deal of darts lately.
42.
And I think for that reason, he can have a little bit of freedom with his game and not put too much pressure on himself. I think the pressure's on Spivey, considering what we've seen from him over the course of 2025.
Is this the first time that Sam Spivey comes in to this competition with a weight of expectation on his shoulders?
Yes, it is. And I think he's ready for it.
41.
His action is good. He doesn't give a great deal away. I know he's very highly thought of in Yorkshire. It might take him a little longer to become the player that we all hope he can be. It took Tom Sykes a little bit of time. But there will be a strike point
19.
moment where we think, right, it's time for you to tell us what you want to do. Is this going to be A hobby? A very well-paid one? Or is this going to be something else?
60.
And maybe he's working that out on the fly because the rise has been mesmeric. But I remember before he made his debut, Paul Hinks said, watch out for this guy. Now, Paul Hinks does not give recommendations. He's very much, this player's playing this player.
40.
He couldn't help but rave about this guy. And I was speaking to Carl Wilkinson after he won his week, and I think he's tuning in tonight. If you are, I hope you're well, Carl, pal.
94.
And he was saying the potential that he has, and he thinks that we've not even scratched the surface of what he could achieve yet.
I'd have to agree with that. I think we're still very, very young in the career of Spivey. Whereas Hendo is looking at the bull.
92.
I was online until it just
Samuel
kicked
Carl,
a little bit left in the air.
124.
Triple 18 for the bull. Bull it is. Decided to set it up
92.
with Hendo on double
John,
17.
You require 34.
He's not going to go for double 17, is he? I was convinced he was going to go 10 for double 12. Not
26.
quite. So Spivey,
Sam, you require 32.
who usually prefers tops, has a different Premier double.
Remember the last time he was here in Group B?
Game
He
shot in the first
hated
leg.
double
Sam
16.
Spivey.
But thanks to a kind ricochet, finds it there to break the throw of Hendo to go 1-0 to the goods.
Second leg,
First leg of the
Sam to
night
throw
on the board
first.
for Samuel.
Game on.
As far as Hendo's concerned, I just get the sense that he's in a position where this is all just to play himself into some kind of fall going into Q-School in January.
60.
Still a round of Challenge Tour events to come next weekend. And then you've got the UK and Ireland PDC World Championship Associate Member Qualifier. But I think for
40.
the Highlander, it's all about getting the game in the best possible place for a tilt at Q-School and a return to tour in January.
You get to a certain point in your career and your life, and you can
100.
sit with your family and you can honestly say to everybody around, I can do what I want. Look at what he's achieved. And we can't take for granted that there was a time when he hadn't
36.
won a PDC title. He was seen as the kind of player that was the best around that hadn't won anything of note in PDC darts. And people were forgetting everything he'd done in the BDO.
100.
But over the last few years, he's won the World Cup. Became a seniors great.
100.
I think if he never threw a dart again, he'd still be a hero to many. Not many people can say that at the age of 52.
180.
Spivey's beginning to flex his muscles. And for Hendo, he's finding himself way behind the pace.
135. Sam, you
By the way,
require
Henry, I don't
61.
think C6 Spivey's gonna catch on. This might catch.
$41.
Well, he will feel seasick after that. It's not the worst nickname he's ever been given.
$78. Sam, you require 20.
He mentioned he doesn't like double 16. I think he likes double 10.
Game
He
shot
very
in
much
second
likes
leg.
double 10.
Sam Spivey.
And so far, so good. If he can replicate the first couple of legs, he
Third
could
leg is John to
even
throw
get
first.
back the
Game
4
on.
legs that he lost in his first match of the night. You might not know this, Henry, but
100.
people from Yorkshire are not particularly noted for their sea legs. So if he did feel seasick, I wouldn't be surprised. He's from Yorkshire.
80.
Oh, no. Another one bites the dust.
$119. 57.
I know what you're saying about Hendo, though. It's this time of year where you have to take a little bit of stock. What has 2025 given me? What position am I in going
41.
into the last weekend of the relevant tours that I'm doing? It's applicable here. The development tour is done. The challenge tour next week will be done.
100.
By the end of next week, an awful lot of people around the world will know if they're in the 128-person field for the World Championship or not. And then they start making Christmas
81.
plans or not.
Thought you weren't going to mention that word in October.
Well, the World Championship is at Christmas.
Second time.
81.
So is the ADC
John
Global.
Uruguay, 160.
And that's going to be here and live on Pluto TV.
Incidentally, do we know what's happening on Christmas Day on Pluto TV? Is there going to be some... Yeah, I'll tell you what we should do. Is we should get Mervyn King on the stage with a throne and we do the King's speech at 3 o'clock on the dot.
133. John Uruguay, 138.
I think you may have just eclipsed the worst idea in the history of Henry Deacon.
I'm sure the producers will say that I've had worse before in terms of ideas. Anyway, Spy for the double break. Lost his first game by a 4-0 scoreline. Could be on course, potentially, if he hits his tops. To win the game 4-0, but a couple of chances have come and gone.
John Uruguay, 66.
Hendo would not mind a bit of a settler here.
Needs a spark.
46.
And that tops isn't going to be the start.
20.
And so Spivey for the double break is free in hand at double 10. Well, both the legs he's won have been won with dart 2 of a visit with a click of the barrel. And that same case has become apparent there. Spivey 3-0 to the good. And despite playing, if we're going to be brutally honest, nowhere near his best, he's been able to cruise past the Highlander right now.
Does Sam strike you as the kind of guy who is bothered by stats?
100.
No.
Correct. He plays the game in a very efficient way because he turns up, he practices, he plays, and he leaves. Anything
85.
in between, like stats and things that we talk about, he's genuinely not bothered.
It's what we call in the trade no nonsense.
81.
Absolutely right. No nonsense, no frills. Turns up, does the job and leaves.
A spade is a spade, which is pretty much the only thing not on the back of that
140.
shirt.
I'd like to know what beach that is in Yorkshire. Could be Whitby.
Oh no, there's another one.
39.
Certainly looks like a pleasant place to be.
140.
That's an imposing 140 from John. He launched that last dart really well.
$26.
John should be a Hendo leg.
36.
He'd take 96. He's not going to get that. 29 scored, leaves 107. And that's worked out really well in the end. Now he still has the option of leaving tops.
Well, it's taken him 3.5 legs to do so, but it just feels like John Henderson is just beginning to come up to the boil a little bit.
100.
And importantly as well,
50.
this is for a potential break of the Sam Spivey throw. Gets this one on the board, he'd then have the darts of 3-2, and all of a sudden we could have a completely different complexion of this match. But first things first, double top.
Games
It's found, 15 darter, and there is the break back for John Henderson.
Fifth egg, it's John to throw first. Game on.
It's interesting how John's career has changed over the years
42.
in little ways. I remember when he first came to the PDC and he had a spectacular first weekend in Halle in Germany. Spent a lot of time with John that weekend.
100.
And we were all rallying behind him, hoping he was going to win in his first weekend. It would have been special if he'd done it, and he just missed out.
50.
There was that time in Munich when he lost to Michael van Gerwen in the final of a European Tour event. I think even Michael van Gerwen understood that everybody was hoping that John was going to win that one.
83.
But he is not wearing the blue shirts anymore. He's not using the natural tungsten darts.
180.
He's got the tartan, the shirt, and the darts all in synchronicity now. It all matches.
134.
Have you even seen the Highlander movie?
No, I'm not a movie man, am I?
Well, apparently not.
180.
Oh, move that if you can. John really is warming to this game. He's turning into an immovable object.
Well, Sam Spivey is able just to
60.
cruise and
John, you
canter to the
require
opening 3
49.
legs. 2017-20 with the darts that he was allowed to win those legs. Well, Henderson here is upping the level.
shot in
15
the
dart
fifth
the
leg. John
previous leg
Henderson.
and a 14 darter there. Back to 3-2. Spivey thrown for the match. But all of a sudden, he's seeing his opponent
Game on.
step up the ante.
All right, let's get into the nuts and
120.
bolts of this. This can't continue. This is a sport where you get 3 darts, not 2. If he's losing 10 darts a session, and I'm being conservative,
121.
that could be 600 points.
So what is the fix?
The angle of entry is not going to change. It's going to be upright.
100.
He gets them to land the same way that Rod Harrington used to have his darts landed. These dart boards are very well engineered to accept the dart of any
60.
angle. But if you are getting darts on the floor, that angle might be a bit too upright. It's probably past 45%. Oh, 45 degrees, I do beg your pardon.
134.
You're going to need that point to really grab. It might need to be of a different construct than a standard point.
58.
Might just need a little bit of help in that department.
147.
Well, 6 darts here for 147 to wrap this particular contest up. Looks like he's survived the Henderson onslaught
60.
as Spivey, but only a 60 there means if Hendo can pile in a max, we might have an intriguing end to this leg. But there goes any idea of that. And so Spivey, with all the time he wants to wrap this match up.
41. Sam, you require 87.
That'll work. How's his double 18?
69.
Not on this occasion, so he has the luxury of splitting next time if he so wishes. Historically, you don't see a lot of lefties who like double 18.
140.
Just completely
Sam, you
opposite angle to
require
throw at. It's
18.
just not conducive at all. However, double 9's a little bit nicer for a lefty. It's just the breakdown they don't like. But you don't need to worry about that because he's picked up his first win of the night. Sam Spivey gets the better of John Henderson by 4 legs to 2. And after a sluggish start against Conor Heahan, Seaside is up and running. That's for John Henderson. Work for him to do as the evening goes on. That's the tail of the tape. Spivey a 4-2 winner. Coming up after the break, Conor Heahan takes on Kevin Painter. We're at the Live Lounge tonight in Portsmouth. Modus Super Series action on this Thursday evening. 3 games gone and 3 games all won against the darts. Wins for Conor Heahan, Jamie Owens, and before the break, Sam Spivey against John Henderson by 4 legs to 2. Next up for us, Kevin Painter and Conor Heahan going head to head. Kevin looking to get his first win of the night. Conor looking to go 2 from 2.
First leg is
and
Conor to throw
it has
first.
to be said
Game on.
that in his opening game, Conor Heahan looked really good, really solid. Average of 95.5, just under 4 out of 8 on his doubles. And that was despite the fact that Sam Spivey at the beginning of the game really was pushing him all the way.
100.
Finished off with that 1-2-5 checkout. He would have been really pleased with the way that his evening began.
I'm not really sure what more he could ask for.
42.
We know he's played better than that here before, but that's ticking a lot of boxes.
125.
He looks in pretty good nick tonight. And that is not good news for the people who still have to play him here this evening.
30.
And we also know that playing in this environment in a Group B tends to bring the best darts out of Conor Heahan. He's wearing that exact same shirt on a night not too far off 3 years from here, where he whacked in averages of 115, 107 and hit a 9 darter. We know the levels and the extremities that he can get to on a consistent basis.
Conor, you require 136.
He's off to a quick start here. And because Kevin Painter was all the way back in the mid-300s, decided to start on the 16s on 136 and hasn't really got anywhere on the 136.
No, not really. He's still on a 3 darter.
84. Conor, you require 114.
And he's not going to get anywhere with that. Oh, no.
35.
Access denied.
Painter piles in a 2 treble score here. Suddenly this leg is up for a little bit of interpretation.
We're going to come back to that dart on the floor. I've got another theory.
68.
I've been doing a great
Conor,
deal of
you
work
require
recently with some people in
79.
this sport about setup and why that kind of thing could be happening. But there's nothing wrong with
Game shot on
that.
the first leg, Conor Heahan.
Now, have you noticed how long Conor's darts are?
Second leg, it's Kevin to throw first.
What's he got in
Game on.
common with Spivey? They're both throwing something very, very long. Care to name any other players that have had the similar problems that they've had tonight? Dave Chisnell? What does he do?
41.
Throws a long dart, doesn't he? It is about balance of the dart, of the stem, and the flight.
60.
And these days, more than ever, the point that is used. I'm not talking about the construct of the point. I'm talking about the length of it.
81.
We are in the early stages of research about trying to figure out what is the optimum angle of attack to make sure that everything stays in the board.
31.
When was the last time you watched Johnny Clayton or Christoph Ratajski have a dart fall out the board?
43.
That wasn't a bounce out. Yeah, it doesn't happen. So why does it happen to Spivey and Heahan then? It's about angle of attack and it's about balance. This is something they can change.
Free solicited advice from Paul Nicholson.
100.
I don't know whether my eyes are deceiving me, but those darts actually look longer than usual.
100.
Maybe his stems are growing. Imagine if he started using the Luke Humphries stems. We wouldn't see his flight in the shot.
140. Conor, you require 170.
Well, Heahan looking at the big fish to double his lead to 2-0. Another one of them. Bullseye.
145.
Finds the 25, and so Painter will be back for one apiece.
Can he recover this time? Treble 17 the target. And not quite.
Yes. 64.
It's a good last
Connor,
one.
you required 25.
You always want a bullseye to be the last dart of your leg. But not when you lose it.
Game
Which
shot the
unfortunately
second
Kevin
leg,
has.
Connor Heahan.
2-0 to the good, and Conor Heahan's played six
Third
legs
leg is
tonight
Connor
and
to
won
go
all six
first.
legs.
Game on.
Always fascinates me when I see Connor throwing from the side.
100.
There you can see which side he's on, which is 18 Dart United.
140.
But Connor's address position, or what we state as set position, look at the angle of the dart as he brings it back.
91.
He holds that dart like it's a violin bow. There you can see Kevin, when he addresses the board, the point is pointing at the board. Directly at the angle that he's trying to throw at. Slightly upward.
95.
Look at Heahan's. Look at where the point is in relation to the flight. Point down, flight up. That means that he has to push it quite violently through the air
95.
for it to land properly.
Which is why at times we may see a very aggressive shoulder movement from Hino. Jockey Wilson-esque.
Every single time
80.
that he throws a dart, that right shoulder jumps. Look at it.
$95.
But it works. It's not the kind of action you would teach. But it's natural for him. And you can't argue with success.
100.
He's one of the best
Connor, you
dart players that Ireland has
120.
right now.
Well, that's an ideal guide for the treble, but unable to find it. So Peter may just be a dart at the ball
60.
off the back of
Kevin,
this
you
86
require
combination,
86.
but nonetheless, a potential route back into the match, a route which he doesn't take. Could see him 3-0 behind in this contest. It is said dart at the ball.
38.
But it's a long way from the desired
Connor,
target.
You require 60.
Okay. Doesn't have to worry about the dart in the way. But he has to worry about the dart being too low.
56.
Well, that was a bit of a
Kevin,
mess
you
from
require
first dart to
48.
last. And Conor Heahan's unblemished record in terms of not losing a leg this evening may well be under severe jeopardy here, because Kevin Painter looking at double 16 to reduce the gap to 2-1, and importantly, would turn the game to throw.
16.
That was a great camera
Connor,
angle
you
to see the
require
fact that it was
4.
right on line. It just lost the amount of air it needed. It could be 3-0 Hino.
No score.
He's trying to power that through.
Kevin, you require 32.
Didn't try to caress it into the left-hand side of the double-2 bed. There's no hesitation from Kevin.
The reason for the little chuckle is he knows there's a lot of flight in the way of the
Game shot
double 8,
on
but
third
what a
leg,
dart that
Kevin
is.
Painter.
Manages to find a way over the top and find a route back into the match. It is a break back, and it's the first leg
Fourth
that
leg is
Conor
Kevin
Heahan
to
has
go first.
conceded all
Game
evening
on.
long.
You a fan of this new Kevin Painter shirt for 2025?
100.
I have to say, I think it's the best one he's ever made. It really suits him. And to see that shade of blue on his shirt, not a shock.
96.
Because if you look into Kevin Painter's wardrobe, that's probably the only shirt in there that isn't emblazoned with an Ipswich Town badge.
As ever, when you speak to Kev, a conversation about football isn't usually too far away.
97.
So he's happy enough for the way things have gone after a slow start to the season for Ipswich. Also worth mentioning as well the badge that he
90.
has on the right collar of his shirt for Alzheimer's Society, and they do some magnificent work with people who either suffer with dementia or Alzheimer's, or the families and the friends of those involved. And
85.
it was actually quite beautiful, quite touching to see the scenes at Wembley last Thursday, where 22 people who were currently living with dementia or Alzheimer's were able to
85.
walk onto the pitch alongside the England players. And that's the Forget-Me-Not badge, which is the emblazoned symbol of the Alzheimer's Society, which is a charity which is quite close to my heart for personal reasons, and they do an amazing job in helping those with dementia and families of those with dementia.
Well, what the FA did alongside the England team
100
at half-time, I think, was an inspired decision to have the name of the players on the shirts in the first half, but not in the second half, sending a very bold and very apt message. As a darting public, we like to think that we do our best to help. We are a family after all, and Kevin has always been very generous with his time over the last 30 odd years. For people that aren't as fortunate as ourselves. There's another dart on the floor. And Painter might find himself in a tied game here.
Well, Conor Heahan squandered a myriad of opportunities to lead this game 3-0. Is he going to be made to pay the price? Painter, one dart at double top to square this game up at 2-2.
That second dart was absolutely brilliant. It was really brave to try and get it low in the 20.
65.
To leave a bit of room to try and go for tops. It hasn't worked out, but I like the game plan.
Game shot in the fourth leg, Conor Heahan.
Well, that might well be as important as Conor Heahan wins tonight, because Kevin Painter was right on his tail. Having had the game 2-0, missed darts of 3-0, it could have so easily have slid in the wrong direction for Conor Heahan, but back on track and now has the darts in his hand to seal a second consecutive victory after beating Sam Spivey 4-0 in the opener.
$131. $54.
I don't mean to make Kevin feel old, by the way. We mentioned he's 58 now, and he looked tremendous for it. But when Kevin made his debut for England, he was a year younger than Hino is now. You know what his first 3 darts were for England? Back in 1993? 180. Yes, Kev. Some of us remember. And we're never going to let the world forget that.
I'm sure he never let you forget about the age thing either.
Yeah, and a fantastic mullet back then as well.
140.
Hey, they're back in fashion now. Well, if you call it fashion.
Don't ever think that Kev is going to regrow that mullet ever again.
56.
It won't happen.
Kevin Uruguay, 150.
Couple of players on tour with mullets these days. Anyway, Painter looking at the 150, looking at double 15. Kevin Painter. Well, that was a piece of artistry from the artist.
Gustav Klimt.
To throw first.
Walk on by.
Game on.
Salvador Dali's got nothing on Kevin Painter. That really was a masterpiece.
125.
Well, we both had that same reaction to what was a brilliant finish from Kevin Painter.
98.
Just when Conor Heahan thought 3-1 to the good, darts in hand to win this game 4-1, I may have broken the back of this guy. Does Painter find something like that to bolt out the blue to keep this game true 55. And back to 3-2?
$41.
There's 2 things are happening on the stage right now. One is Heahan was trying to get a scalp
140.
of a PDC major champion. Kevin Painter is trying to deflect a young buck, saying, "Not today, kidder, not today."
140.
There has been big news in darts today. And when I say big, I
100.
mean really big. If there's another leg in this contest, it's worth mentioning.
Well, it looks like Painter's going to take us all the way to a last leg decider. It's the first one we've had so far this evening. Had a couple of 4-2s and, of course, the Heahan 4-0 win over Sam Spivey. But if Painter finds this double six, we're heading to leg 7.
75.
On the inside, and Heahan, who hit a 1-2-5 to win his first match, is he going to wrap up match number 2 in style? Can't be done now.
84. Kevin, you require 6.
I don't care who you are. When it is, double 3 is horrible, which makes that dart absolutely brilliant. So let's get into the last leg of this one.
7th and final leg.
He knows where the camera is.
Game on.
The big news in darts, of course, today is that Bo Greaves has accepted her invitation to play at the PDC World Championship. She's not going to go to Lakeside to defend her Women's World Championship. So watch out, darting world.
25.
Bo Greaves is coming for you. And that makes it more likely that she's going to be taking that tour card. Kevin knows a thing or two, doesn't he? About Bo Greaves in this place?
Well, Bo Greaves broke the record for highest ever average attained by a female player in a match when she averaged 114.56 in a win against Kevin Painter. Not just that, in a match that Kevin Painter had to win to give himself any chance of qualifying through to a Saturday final. But I tell you now, there is not a player in Planet Darts that wants to draw Bo Greaves in the first round of the World Championship. Whoever she faces, it will be the standout first round tie. It will be the game with the most attention.
Yeah, 95. Willie O'Connor is saying to himself right now, don't you dare give her to me again.
She could draw Luke Humphries. She could draw Luke Littler. She's in that part of the draw where any of the big C's could draw her.
60.
Oh, that's a brilliant 60 from Kevin. And this one is in the balance. Not long ago, we were thinking that Heahan was going to roll this game. But look at that.
168.
Exactly what Painter did not want to see from his Irish opponent.
Just when he thought, maybe I've got you, Heahan has piled in a visit like that to leave himself on a double after 12 on throw on a last leg decider. Effectively say to Kevin, you wanted to win this leg, you had to get it done in 4 visits.
16.
Double 8 to wrap it up. And double 8 it is for Conor Heahan to wrap up a second win. That one more hard fought than the first and maybe harder work than perhaps it should have been. He went 3-1 to the good. Kev managed back with a couple of legs, and maybe there was a point in that last leg he thought maybe he got his man, but the 168 set-up turn to then pin the double 8 for a 13 darter to win 4-3. Coming up after the break, Jamie Owens takes on John Henderson.
You will be disappointed with that. He wanted to have one dart.
Requires 20.
Graham Usher wins the first game of Champions Night, and it was an absolute ripper. He hit one of them on tops. He missed one on double 12. Which one is it? It's the hit.
Outside opportunity for Andy Hamilton. Van der Velde should be getting a match start again here. He's already had one. Mr. Dart at tops for the match to win 4-1. And he Dart at double 16 gets the job done there for Jurgen van der Velde.
He gets over the line with a 4-2-6.
Well, he's over the top, so did he just overshoot the single? Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy just looks to eat this up to make the semi-finals for the second time. Adam Gablas has been eliminated. Keep us guessing. This time he's trying to leave double 18. He knows best, and he takes the lead. He's 2 darts away from a Super Series final. He's 1 dart away. He doesn't need any more darts. Jeff Smith makes the Series 11 final. Is Usher losing his cool a little bit here?
Oh, absolutely. Right now, I'd say the head's gone. And you don't have long to recover. It is very, very short format darts. Vansky's halfway to victory.
He only needs 1 more. Jimmy Vansky is yet again into a Modus Super Series final.
Flashback vibes. Can Jimmy Vansky do the same? Just needs the 1 treble here on the 19s. Finds it. For the ball.
101!
Oh, unlucky. A lot of pressure on it. He's going to split it. 2 darts for double 4 for the match.
Game! Shot! And the Modus Super Series 11 champion, Jeff Smith!
Is he the player that prevails? Double 16.
Shot out the net! And the ADC windmill championship tour champion, Andy Bolton!
And he gets that toss.
And within about 3 seconds, it's X Factor who takes the lead again.
To end a fairy tale year of return of a title, double 4. WADC Windmill Championship Tour winner, Gemma Heahan! 109! But that is a visit of a champion. For the chance nonetheless, this will be the first topper of the Championship Tour finals.
She has double 19, Shanghai in the 19s. And she does so.
Game started.
But she only needed the 1. Of ADC Global Champion, the African Warrior, Devon Peterson! The ADC takes centre of attention as the year comes to a close. 3 live events coming up for you on Pluto TV. Gets underway on Saturday with the 2nd edition of the Men's Tour Championship Finals. Jack Tweddle the #1 seed for that. Andy Bolton won it last year, and he went on to gain tour card privileges in January. We get underway 12:30 p.m. here on Pluto TV for that. And then a month later, it's the Women's Tour Finals. Gemma Hayter looking to defend the title that she won so emphatically 12 months ago. Lisa Ashton is the #1 seed for that competition. That's on November the 22nd, and again a 12:30 start here on Pluto TV. And then it all culminates in the second edition of the ADC Global Championship, where Devon Peterson is looking to defend the title that he won 12 months ago. The largest amateur prize fund ever, £150,000, of which 60,000 will go to the winner. 56 players will play off over a 2-week round-robin format in 2025, and then at the beginning of 2026 we will play down from a last 8 to a champ who will pick up the 60k. All of it live, free, exclusively on Pluto TV. So to game 5 of the night back here at the Modus Super Series, where before the break Conor Heahan got the better of Kevin Painter by 4 legs of 3. Our 5th match, a meeting, as I say, between Owens and Henderson. For Jamie, he's looking to make it 2 wins from 2 and join Conor Heahan at the top of the group. Interestingly, they go head-to-head in game number 7 of the night. As for John Henderson, there were signs towards the end of that game against Sam Spivey that his game was moving in the right direction, but it was a slow start that cost him so dearly in that match against Seaside.
Game on.
Yeah, you just got the feeling that a little bit of a slow start from John allowed Spivey to thrive when the time was right. John just left himself with a little bit too much to do, but the signs were good around leg number 4 and 5.
125.
If you can play like that at the start of this one, you will definitely have Owens on the back foot.
$96.
Peculiar choice of shirt, in my opinion, for Jamie Owens, being from Teesside, wearing black and white. Don't you think?
80.
It's a bit like seeing John in blue, considering how much of a Celtic fan he is. Doesn't wear blue anymore, of course.
81.
That derby's back this year, isn't it? The Tyne Weir derby between Newcastle and Sunderland. See, the first one's in a few weeks' time, isn't it? The Stadium of Light.
I hope it's a bit better than the Southampton-Portsmouth game from about a month ago. That was awful.
It was a very good point and a clean sheet. Trust me, when you get it back to Fratton, different game
94.
altogether. Yeah, I'd
John
probably
Newcastle,
say that.
156.
One route. Unfortunately, that is not it.
32. Jamie, you require 170.
So, fish time for J-Lo.
He's hit one of these on a Saturday night here. It popped that night. When he hit it, can he do it when there's nobody in the room?
135.
Well, a slight
John,
pause
you require
before dart 3
124.
and unable to find the requisite target. So Hendo looking at a medium-sized finish here. Triple AT leaves the ball. The bullseye got, and that is going to sting Jamie Owen to himself at a dart at the ball for the big fish. He smiles in the background, but inside he will feel crushed by what the Highlander's done.
That's the benefit of getting
60.
one of 2 trebles on that 1-2-4. Getting a shot at the ball, and there's nothing in the way of it.
60.
You got a favourite John Henderson memory from his career? Because I have. It's not him winning the World Cup. It's not him making the final of
85.
a European Tour event. It's not the senior stuff.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Go on, try me.
57.
Premier League, Aberdeen.
Nope. World Championship, plays Daryl Gurney.
180.
And when he beat him in an absolute belter, it was a rare moment where John really let it go. His celebration.
21.
It's very hard to describe that almost years of tension just came out. It was the most astonishing thing to see.
44. $140.
This is a really good performance from John so far. He's already taken out a ton plus checkout on the bull, but he didn't need to go for the bullseye to start that combination, considering where Jamie is.
43.
Well, this is where all of a sudden the two treble score here for Jamie Owens makes this leg rather open for interpretation. Well, he's got two trebles, but he could do it with another big one, and he does find another big one.
John, you require 89.
Hendo may only get a dart at the bull to win this leg all of a sudden. Well, he recovers well with dart 1, finds the treble 19. So misses 2 at double 16, and Owens is back to square this game up at 1-1. And now he's hoping for a dart at the bull. Missed it the previous leg. Makes no mistake there.
Jamie Owens.
Well, this game has been all about the bull. Hendo hitting one after Jamie Owens missed one, and then Jamie winning leg 2 on that exact same target.
Throw first.
Dare we say this game is nothing but bull hit?
Well, we've seen plenty of that here over the years as Jamie Owens piles in a max.
This is a very entertaining game. By the way, confirmation of that Hendo-Gurney game. It was the 2018 World Championship. Hendo would win by 4 sets to 2. It was an absolute bruiser. 6 sets where both averaged 95. It was a tremendous game. Hendo would get to the last 16 and he would lose to the eventual champion, Rob Cross.
46. $97.
That was one of the games where Rob won at Ali Pali and didn't have match darts against him.
Well, it looks like Jamie Owens is going to get a seamless transition through this leg. And maybe there's a transition in terms of the ascendancy in this game. Hendo missed a couple of darts at double 16 to lead 2-0.
Game shot in the third
Jamie Owens with a 12 darter goes 2-1 to the good, averaging just under 98 at this present moment in time.
Fourth leg, it's John to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, this one has turned around because of very good finishing from Jamie. A key bullseye
81.
and a nice conversion on that 84.
$81. $99.
Intelligent switch there from John. As soon as that second dart goes in and it careers under the 60, the right thing is to switch. Some people have the skill where they
57.
can get past that very long blocker dart. I think John understands that he's better off having a little bit of room underneath, just like this.
135.
If you've ever watched Luke Humphreys play, you can see him bend the dart around blockers. It's magic. But not many people can do that.
59.
First person who was able to do that I can remember was Tony O'Shea. He'd hit a small 20 in the way of the 60 and he'd still hit a 140, and it just had everybody mesmerised.
And a little bit like John Henderson, You cannot say Tony O'Shea's name without having a smile on your face. And if you are watching, Tony, I hope you're well, my friend.
You're not wrong. I haven't seen Tony in a while.
140.
I don't think we should forget as well. It's October. It's 3 years since he was in a final with Chris Mason. 3 years ago.
82.
And if you're wondering how on earth Tony O'Shea and Chris Mason got through to a final of a week here at the Live Lounge, mainly because Paul Nicholson was playing in the Group B of that week.
Thanks for your help, yeah. Wes Newton was there as well, so was Richie Howson.
60. John, you require 44.
Motown. But we're not getting 4 tops.
24.
Well, this really could be a game changer. He's
104.
50% on doubles. Right now, 50% is not good enough. He needed to be perfect.
80.
If he'd got the shot at the double.
20.
At that visit, he did not.
Double 10.
Game shot in the fourth leg.
To square this
John
game up at
Henderson.
2-2. And just when you think something is beginning to emerge as part of a pattern
Fifth
of
leg,
play
it's
in this
Jamie to
contest,
throw
as the
first.
counter then
Game
tend to
on.
happen. It looked like Henderson was going to stretch into a 2-0 lead. Then when Owens flexed his muscles and went 2-1 in front, we expected him to maybe kick on. But we're back at 2-2,
57.
which, strangely enough, feels like a fair reflection upon what we've seen so far in this contest.
137.
Have you ever been to John's neck of the woods in Scotland?
I haven't, no.
I once had a very long conversation with John about PDC life
60.
and being a darts pro and possibly being located a lot further south. He contemplated it with his family
180.
because he was so good at doing that. And he said to me, I'm contemplating it, but I want your opinion about where I live.
58.
So when I went up to his neck of the woods for an exhibition in the beautiful town of Keith, a few months later, I decided to get the bus from Aberdeen to Inverness,
60.
and it went via Huntly. And as soon as I was going through Huntly, I got it. In that neck of the woods, why would you move? It's stunning.
100. John, you require 124.
Well, he's taken it out once already in this contest. He didn't have to do so for a second time. He's not going to do so for a second time.
29.
Well, it's interesting because I was speaking to a couple of Swedish players that have PDC tour cards. And they toy with the idea of potentially relocating to the UK to make life easier. But
96.
exactly what you said about
John, you require
John Henderson
95.
is they're willing to sacrifice the extra travel days to enjoy the creature comforts of their own home.
$55.
Now.
Jamie, you require 130.
John can do no more. Owens has already missed the bull for a 170. How about this?
120.
He's had enough chances to win
John,
this
you
game
require
already.
40.
And he might find himself behind after 5 legs.
Well, when he missed the big fish, he was punished by Hendo.
Game
When he
shot in
misses
the
the
fifth
little
leg,
fish,
John
exactly the
Henderson.
same happens. A break and throw for John Henderson puts him 3-2 to the good. And importantly, he
Sixth
has
leg,
the
it's John
darts
to
now
throw
to
first.
win
Game
this
on.
match.
Dare we say that if you had a burgeoning darts career
98.
and you were from Middlesbrough, would you move from there? I would. I've got nothing against Teessiders whatsoever. I've got a lot of friends from that
100.
area. My sister lives there. Do you know what people love the most about Middlesbrough? And before anybody says anything, it's not leaving. It's actually the community spirit.
180.
You speak to a lot of Teessiders, and they're proud of their area because of how they stick together.
100.
That is something you can really get behind.
I've actually realised you and Jamie may have swapped wardrobes, because Jamie's in the black and white of Newcastle United, whilst you're very much in the red of Middlesbrough.
Well, before anybody says anything, this is apparently burgundy, and it's not made of leftover BDO jackets.
28.
Well, Henderson here
John, you require
looking to wrap this
83.
match up. Jamie Owens went 2-1 to the good. He looked very good, but Hendo rallied back, and Owens hasn't really been able to recover, if the truth be told. Has a glance over the scoreboard, sees that Jamie's all the way back on 2-7-3, and so I was going to say
34.
leaves himself in a good position, but suddenly things could get awkward, having left himself on 49.
Statistically, in the last match, which went 7 legs, there was nothing between Heahan and Kevin Painter. If you look at the stats in this one, there's nothing between Owens and Henderson.
50.
It's all about
John, you require 49.
timing. Owens has had his chances to win this match. Unfortunately, they've cost him. Now John gets his chance.
And he's going to get plenty of chances as well. But he
One
only
shot,
needs the
and
one, and that's a
John
14 darter to round things off for John Henderson. A 4-2 win against Jamie Owens means that he gets his first win of the night on the board. Henderson found the 1-2-4 to get things up and running. Jamie Owens rallied back with 2 really good legs. And when he went 2 and up, we felt that perhaps he was going to kick on, but Hendo then running 3 on the spin to win that by a 4-2 scoreline. Sam Spivey and Kevin Painter is coming up next. Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Marvin Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super
Halfway through the night's action here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, and this is what we see this evening at the Modus Super Series. Before the break, John Henderson got the better of Jamie Owens by 4-3. In terms of how the table looks at the halfway stage of the night, it's Conor Heahan who leads the way. He has a full quota of 4 points. The only unbeaten player in the group so far is the man from the Republic of Ireland who won the international pairs for the Republic of Ireland. Elsewhere, Owens, Henderson and Spivey on 2. Kevin Painter without a point to his name so far. We're going to see him in action against Sam Spivey, game 6 of our session here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth, which is being broadcast live and free on the Pluto TV app. If you haven't done so already, you can download the Pluto TV app to your smartphone and device. It's free to download, free to watch, and vice versa. If you're watching on your smart device and want to watch on your smart TV, you can download the Pluto TV app via smart TV, or you can watch it via your Virgin Box, Sky Box. Just click the red button and you'll be away and you'll be watching us. And we're looking forward to watching this
First
one.
leg is Sam to
Painter and
first.
Spivey, game 6 of the night. And for Sam, he's got 2 points to his name. But it feels like we have seen nowhere near the levels that we've come to expect of him here.
100.
That's incredibly accurate. Unfortunately, Sam tonight has had some darts that haven't been incredibly accurate, but
39.
I think it just goes to show what kind of level he does have in his locker when we haven't seen anywhere near his best yet.
100.
If he were to pop up right now, or against Jamie Owens in game 9 and stick in a 103 as an average and win 4-1, it wouldn't shock
29.
anybody on Planet Darts because we've seen it from him before.
In terms of Sam's season, actually, by being here and being successful in his opening appearance, kind of gave him the inspiration to
100.
give Q-School a go and give the challenge to a proper go in 2025. 3 quarterfinals on that particular circuit this year. 23rd on the Challenge to Order of Merit. Has
180.
played in a few Pro Tours this year. He was paid to piles in the game's first max. Best result to last 32 at Players Championship 16, where he lost out in
60.
a last leg decider against Ross Smith 6-5. Did play yesterday in Players Championship 32, but lost in the first round 6-2 to Neil Zonneveld.
134. Sam, you require 141.
Fair old distance from Wigan to Portsmouth, isn't it? That is not a short drive.
I mean, it's still on the way down from Scarborough.
Scarborough's a little bit far east.
87.
He wouldn't have had time to go home first.
119.
And it was a very late call-up as well.
$60 needed to leave tops. And you can tell what he thought of that second dart.
Sam, you require 54.
Double top for Sam.
Game shot in the
That double
first leg.
10
Sam
is starting
Spivey.
to become a friend once again.
Well, forget
Second
about
leg is
double
Kevin
10
to throw
Wadey's
first.
den.
Game
It's
on.
double 10 Spivey's Hive. Now then, Nico, it's been a while since we've been
119.
together in one's company in this salubrious commentary booth that we have here in Portsmouth. And I'm sure
100.
that you've absolutely missed this segment of the session.
You're talking about a tungsten teaser, aren't you?
Indeed I am.
96.
Well, the weekend saw the final round of events on the PDC Development Tour. Now, the question is, of the players
140.
that finished in the top 10 of the Dev Tour Order of Merit in 2025, how many of them
85.
have won a Super Series weekly title? And it does include players that are on tour. So anybody within history.
60.
Yeah, I think I know the answer. Do you want me to tell you?
Let's hold it out because we want to get our friends at home to.
Oh, I
get
knew you were going
involved.
to say that. Yeah, let's hang on to it.
87.
At MSS Darts, if you want to get in contact with us via our social media handles and you want to get involved in our late night tungsten teaser. Well, Spivey doing more than just teasing.
177.
He's
Kevin, you're
really
about
beginning to
114.
push clear of Kevin Pater, who's being forced to take out this 114 just to hold his throat. Did have a 150 in his previous game, but he's missed the big number, and he has paid the price for it. He's given Spivey free in hand at double 12, and when you think about his efficiency at times on the doubles,
74.
this could spell disaster for the
Sam, you
artist.
require
I'm not even sure that
24.
Sam saw the missed single. He was too busy looking down. Now he's looking right.
12.
Not close enough.
Kevin, you require
Painter's
40.
dodged a few there.
Well, presented with an opportunity he probably thought he was never going to get. In terms of his doubling tonight, it's been okay. 2 from 2 in his opening match, 3 from 11 against Conor Heahan, and he's somehow found a way through there. It's clipped off the flight and somehow managed to find a way into the bed. How that didn't bounce out beyond me. How is your luck, Kev?
Well, quite frankly, that was a very clever dart from Kevin, because what he did was he slammed it into the marker and gave it every
41.
chance. If he's short of the tops, it's never going in. But if he slams it into the marker, it's got a great chance of nestling underneath. That's 30 years of experience.
140.
Why does it feel like the story of the night so far has been players
100.
being presented with opportunities to stretch clearing gains, don't take them, and then their opponent eventually catches up and punishes? So in the previous game, Jeremy Owens went 2-1 up. Hendo rallied off 3 on the spin. It was actually Kevin Painter did the rallying against Conor Heahan from 3-1 behind to force the last leg decider. And it looked like there was a point in that last leg where Painter may have had Hino, but then he piled in that 168 to leave himself on a double after 12, pinned the double 8. First dart for a 13 darter to win 4-3.
96.
Sam wins this game. You feel like he's back on track for the night. 2 wins out of 3. He'd have a chance to finish off on 6 points for the night.
25.
He takes on Jamie Owens in his last game. As for Kev, he's looking to get off the mark altogether in this one.
60.
Not enough to get to a finish. Painter might be first to a finish after all. I'll tell you what I am liking about this setup. And we're talking about a player that at this venue has once
41.
thrown 3 different setups in the same visit. He once had 3 different flights, 3 different stems, and he made Peter Wright look normal for an afternoon. Oh,
80.
well, that's 80 points. But he had 40 more with the last dart still in his hand.
He must feel like there is a hammer at the back of that board knocking a few darts out here and there.
What I was going to say was this is a really nice setup for Kevin. I like the angle. I like the
49.
consistency when it's hitting the board.
124.
But Kevin might not like the result.
Just feel like Sam needs a bit of a spark here.
92.
It's been very patchy,
Kevin,
very
you
in and
require
out so far tonight.
146.
I feel like he just needs Saint just to get himself going a little bit here. I think it'd be unfair to say that he's going for the motions, but you can understand where I'm coming from. It just feels like everything is just hard work for him so far this evening. Double 16 for 2-1, and that's awkward.
You can see plenty of double 8.
Game shot in the third
That's why he
leg,
didn't
Sam
move, and he does
Spivey.
take a 2-1 lead. There are going to be days at the Oki where
Fourth leg is
things
Kevin to
aren't
go
as easy
first.
as
Game on.
usual. You're not going to be leaving your specified doubles all the time. You're just going to have to find another way to win.
83.
You want an example of that? MVG's won so many European Tour titles, he had the luxury once of saying that winning, I think it was the Dutch darts
60.
Masters in Venray, he said it was his worst victory ever because of the way he played. Imagine saying that about winning a European Tour event. That was my worst victory ever.
It's better than your prognosis. That was your best loss ever.
I've got a few of them.
65.
That's more like it. There was a lot of stability in the board when those darts were landing. That's the kind of 140 he's looking for. And even though he can group them so close together, he's better off having about
85.
2 to 3 millimeters in between the darts. So a bit more Seisel can grab the point.
$100.
Well, that was a well-constructed tunt. And it means that he has a slender advantage here against the throw against Kevin this leg. He's just beginning to get frustrated. Well, and just as he begins to get frustrated, a fly decides to attack him.
He's attacking that fly like it's a Norwich City fan.
78.
Who opened their wallets?
What is it that Delia Smith said to the Norwich crowd?
90.
Where are you?
Yeah.
Let's be having you. Come on.
Well, that's the thing that Kevin is not saying to the fly.
It's all in front of the camera again. It's right in front of the board, and that's the frustrating thing for Kev. He's seeing the funny side of it, but it's literally flying past the board. Now, you may remember that infamous game of the World Match Play between Joe Cullen and Gary Anderson, where a wasp got in the way of the camera as Joe Cullen was throwing a match dart at double 14 to depose the Flying Scotsman. Maybe not quite to that kind of extremity, but still
100.
frustrating nonetheless.
Sam, you require 100.
I've had an altercation with the Ali Pali Wasp. But nobody has utilised the Ali Pali Wasp more than Dave Cameron. Sam is unflappable. And is now 3-1 to the good.
Spivey.
I don't know if you remember that, Henry, but when Richie Edhouse was 2-0 up on Dave Cameron,
Game on.
it was at the start of set 3 where the Ali Pali Wasp was sitting on the shoulder of Excalibur and he would go on to win the next 3 sets.
60.
You know, there's a saying, you'd love to be a fly on the wall. I don't think I want to be a fly on that particular wall right now.
44.
I don't want to play darts with a wasp on my shoulder. I'm not sure that Dave thought anything was up. We remember it.
180.
Oh, that's more like it. He's starting to get the hang of this, getting 3 darts on the board now, isn't he?
30.
Well, Sam Spivey may not have any wings, but he's flying right now. He's on the cusp of a 4-1 win.
100.
And that leads him on a finish after 9. Big finish, a finish he doesn't have to take out. But I've got to give credit here to Sam, because we kind of said midway through the game, it's felt just a little bit laboured for him. When he piled in the 15 dart in the previous leg, and he's left himself with a finish after 9 in this one. And all of a sudden, following a rocky start, his boy has averaged up to around about the 90 mark, and has done a real professional job here over Kev.
Yeah, that's exactly what this is. There's a lot to like about it. It's not spectacular. It's professional.
60.
It's the kind of performance that will get you a lot of points
62.
under this roof.
All the time he wants some 62. Tops of the match.
42.
But that was low.
James Howard had a dart like that earlier on today. Must have come out of the hand wrong.
180.
Oh, that was a Richie Burnett special there.
Sam, you require 20.
Kevin Painter with a 180 and a 6.0 on the dismount.
Well, it's double 10 for the match. A target that's been very good for Sam Spivey tonight. But he's going to have to chase up for double 5.
10.
And that clips the top wire.
Kevin,
and all
you
of a sudden, the
require
game, which looked
52.
all but over, may well have another twist in the tail, because Painter comes back looking at 52 to make it 3-2, and importantly, return the game back to throw.
$20.
That was so close.
Sam, you require 10.
And the artist thinks this one is signed, sealed and delivered, courtesy of Spivey.
Well, surely he's got 2 beautiful guides, but he's unable to
score.
nestle away in.
Kevin, you require 32.
And for Sam Spivey, that is 7 match darts that have come and gone.
Kevin did not think he was coming back.
Game
But he's
shot
made
in
the
fifth
most of
leg,
it.
Kevin Painter.
7 darts to win this game have gone a begging for Sam Spivey.
Sixth leg is
Painter's
Kevin
back
to
in the
throw
match.
first.
Back at
Game
3-2, and all importantly, back on throw. And if there's one skill set, one quality that Kevin Painter has more than any other player possibly in this building, is his never say die attitude. His temperament that irrespective of a situation, a scenario, right or wrong, that he will dig in
100.
until the very last dart. I mean, just the process he's been through the last 18 months tells you that.
$140. $92.
Well, it looks like we're going to be in for a late night finish here at the Live Lounge in Portsmouth.
$123.
That shirt of Spivey, it reminds me of something.
The beach?
Well, no, it's got the air of a really dodgy away kit. You know those Brentford away kits from the last couple of years?
59.
Well, the last time I checked, Brentford was nowhere near a beach.
That's true.
140.
But I do like it. Do you want to know why I like it? Because it's different. You look at dart shirts on the shoulders of most dart players that come here and who grace the Pro Tour and go around the world. A lot of them are the same. That one's just a little different.
$58. Kevin, you require
Can
150.
Kevin take us all the way with another 150 checkout? He hit this earlier. Oh, he'll be devastated that dart 2 is low.
98.
Because he
Son,
would
you
have
require
fancied that
40.
double 15. But Spivey, having missed 7 darts to win the match in the previous leg, has got 3 more at
Game shot,
tops
and the match,
and
Sam
only needs the
Spivey.
1 and rounds it off with a 13-darter 4-2 win. And for Sam Spivey, having lost his opening match, has now won 2 on the spin. And he beats Kevin Painter by 4 legs to 2 to move on to 4 points in this group. Heahan and Owens is next.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Yoki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
180.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust. And
39.
on that situation there, George Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
require
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't get the job
Yes!
done.
Got the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Not to be once again for Tom Sykes.
Scott Taylor! Lebanowski!
Give Sykes a shot at the bullseye. Oh, yes!
Tom Sykes.
Stop it! Just stop it!
Baron Sherrock wants treble 19. And now double 12.
to become the first ever female player to hit a televised 9-dart finish. Fallon Sherrick.
To recompose himself, he finds the treble. Kirchmar, how about this? He's obviously going to go for it, and he's obviously going to get it. 1-6-1 to kickstart the Group 1 campaign. Kirchmar.
Matthew Edgar.
Could be the real defining moment Edgar absolutely loves. Big dart. Big moments. Get in, he shouts.
Paul Hogan. Yes. Oh, yes.
James on the 6th
Oh,
leg.
yes, indeed.
But there is no problems here.
It's the Fawn, Robert Morton.
So this is what we're going to see next week, and I tell you what, it's a good lineup, isn't it? Group A, Robert Thornton, Tom Sykes, Boris Kirchmar in there. Daniel Larson, who a few weeks ago played superbly well at the Nordic and Baltic Championship. Group B, Fallon Sherrick, Paul Hogan, and a guy called Matthew Edgar is going to be involved in the action. Group C is the rapidly quick Scott Baker, the hard-to-pronounce Richard Rowlands, and Aaron Gill. We get underway Monday from 9:30 a.m. here, live on Pluto TV. So, game 7 of the night is a meeting between Conor Heahan and Jamie Owens. Before the break, we saw Sam Spivey get his second win on the board, courtesy of a 4-2 success against Kevin Painter, a 13-darter, rounding it off for Seaside Sam, who's dealing with wins from the coastal city of Portsmouth on this Thursday night. Conor Heahan, a man who's enjoyed plenty of win here on the south coast. Up against Jamie Owens. And
Conor to throw first. Game on.
a fourth meeting for the pair this week. And it may not be the last. I know they're going to meet one more time tomorrow, of course. But it may not be the last time we see them play against one another this year, because both players have qualified for the ADC Global Championship come December. Jamie Owens winning the Northeast belt. Conor Heahan winning the Ireland belt. So they will both be here come December the 1st. And who knows, they might be playing in a game worth £60,000 come the beginning of January next year.
180.
Would that be a surprise? I'm not sure. It would. When Hino's playing darts like this right now and getting the amount of points he's yielding, he's a genuine threat for that.
125.
This is a tremendous start to this match from Conor.
I have to say, so far, he has been the class apart
56.
in this Group B, Conor Heahan. Potential 11-darter to kick things off.
James shot in the first
Forget
leg.
potential
Conor
11-darter.
Heahan.
That is an 11-darter for Conor Heahan. He is really in the groove tonight.
Second leg is Jamie to throw first. Game on.
He's one of those players like Cam Crabtree that when he gets it right, he doesn't get it 105 average right. He gets it 115 average right.
100.
Yeah, he's had a decent season, hasn't he? Just the 5 dev tours.
135.
He's going to be going to the Grand Slam, isn't he?
Indeed.
Congratulations to Cam for that. That's going to be an experience.
Grand Slam, Minehead, Worlds.
134.
All part of the plan. Doesn't have to travel that far to get to the Worlds.
It's literally 2 stops on the tube.
135.
Doesn't even have to book a hotel if he doesn't want to.
I reckon if he's in the World Final, he might want to.
59.
Well, talking about Cam Crabtree. I think it's time to answer the tungsten teaser.
134.
Very well. off you go.
I'll tell you what, do so in the next leg, because Heahan here, 11 dart to win the first leg to hold, could be a potential 11 dart to break.
58.
Back-to-back
Connor, you require
11s.
97.
It won't be that. And it's not going to be a 4-visit leg, but it might still be a leg that he
Jamie, you
wins.
require 150.
Owens is going to need to go ballistic here.
We've already seen 150 this evening hit against Conor Heahan by Kevin Painter. Are we going to see something similar again? Yes, we are.
Jamie Owens.
Well, Conor Heahan hit by the 150 again. First from Kev, now by Jamie, and we're back on terms at 1-1.
That is seriously impressive. Because if he doesn't hit that, he's going 2-0 down against the person who's leading the table.
100.
That is mightily impressive to keep this game at 1-1.
Well, some games so far. Time for the answer to tonight's tungsten teaser. And the question was, of the players who finished in the top 10 of the Development Tour Order of Merit in 2025, how many of them have won a week here? The correct answer is 5, and in no particular order.
100.
Cam Crabtree, Bo Greaves, Owen Bates, Jurgen van der Velde, and Sebastian Białecki. You have people there who've made big strides at the Modus Super Series, the likes of Jamai van den Herik, who's been a real story this year. Ryan Branley made a final. Lost out to Richard McKee in the previous series.
100. Connor, you require 130.
But as for the here and now, Hino's looking to hit back.
Does he go for the ball? He does, and he wasn't too far away. And by the way, we didn't even mention Charlie Manby in that. And I don't think we're going to be seeing him here next year.
Yeah, he's at the World Championship as well. What a bonus for Charlie.
He could be dangerous.
96.
I tell you now, he could
Connor,
be
you
dangerous
require
if he
25.
finds some of the performances we've seen from him this year. He was involved in that blistering game against a below par Luke
9.
Littler.
And if you go outside the top 10 in the Development Tour Order of Merit, you've got another weekly champion in Adam Gavlas at number 11.
Connor,
And you've got the
require
series
16.
champion, Jensen Walker. They're everywhere.
Games on the third leg.
Just like
Connor
he knows
Heahan.
results. Because wherever he goes at the minute, in this session,
Fourth leg
he is
is
picking
Jamie
up
to throw
success.
first. Game on.
He's been good on the bull. He's been good on tops. He's good on the left side, the right side. He's picking off doubles everywhere.
128.
I'll tell you what, whilst we got the opportunity, we made him get the opportunity because Heahan here, well, he goes wide of the treble dart too.
140.
Whilst we've got the chance, we have a look at the Dev Tour Order of Merit. I'd like for you to pick out a player that we should look out for the next 12 months, particularly
57.
here in the live lounge. There's one name that screams for me, and that's Nathan Potter. Every time I've seen him under this roof, I think he's been superb.
I knew you were going to mention Potter.
134.
Which means I'm going to pick somebody else now.
Because you're going to pick Potter yourself.
Correct. It's very easy
40.
for me to pick Henry Coates because he's the Rising Star champion. And I'm a massive fan of Ryan Branley. I think he's fantastic. He's
42.
off to Gibraltar, by the way, for the JDC England team. And their team is bordering on unfair. They've actually got a B team, which is better than every other team.
81.
By the way, I had a look at those facilities this week. I'll tell you what, the facilities out there over at Europa Point is absolutely superb.
100.
Only problem is, couldn't stay too long because the car park was jammed because Gibraltar played Portugal in an under-21 fixture.
I'm going to have to go with Henry Coates, I'm afraid.
57. Connor, you require 85.
It's a bit of an easy choice. This is not an easy finish. It's double 5.
80.
He's not successful
Jamie,
there.
you require
And Owens has already taken out a
138.
finish with 2 treble 19s. He's not going to do it again.
Yes. 62 left. So Heahan looking for the break and a 3-1 lead.
Connor, you require 5.
Will put him one away from a third consecutive victory at the beginning of his evening. Well, that was in the double 2. You can see the puncture mark. And then the
3.
third one goes above the wire. Well, it's been a night which
Jamie,
has
you
been
require
categorised
52.
by multiple bounce outs, and that perhaps the most consequential.
That wasn't part of the plan. Now he needs to hurdle to double 14.
38.
Not meant to be, and Heahan was cornered.
Connor, you require 2.
The Madhouse. Forget the Madhouse. That was in the garden.
No score. Jamie, you require 14.
And Conor Heahan's head might be in a basement.
Game shot in the 4th leg.
And level
Jamie
we are.
Owens.
At 2-2.
5th leg, it's Connor to throw first. Game on. $45. $97. $45. $60.
Well, all about keeping composure here.
Well, that's the thing about this game, isn't it? You make a little mistake, you find yourself cornered in something like double 1. Then your opponent gets a little bit of a jump that they didn't expect.
81.
And everything changes. When you think it's going to be 3-1 and you're coasting, all of a sudden you aren't.
58.
It just goes to show
60.
how well Heahan is playing, that he's missed 8 darts at double in 4 legs and he's still averaging 91.5.
We're just having a look at the score in Power Pack. 6 2 treble scores in this game, 2 180s and 5 1 treble scores. So effectively, at this stage of the contest, he's finding a treble pretty much every visit, or if not every other visit.
140.
He's left himself on the little fish here to re-establish the lead in this contest at 3-2.
95.
May want to be careful
Connor, you
here.
require 130.
Owens has got form on 170. Oh, this would be a magic 60 if he can find it. He goes the wrong side. You saw that dart
54.
career to the left-hand
Jamie,
side
you require 170.
as soon as it found the front of that marker.
Well, it turns out the big fish and the little fish are off the menu.
134. Connor, you require 76.
This is important for Connor now. He has not been behind in this game. Double 16.
60.